What's up, everyone? All right, well, finishing the day here, red. This is gonna be a red day recap. I only took 2 trades, and I had, one of these kind of broker issues this morning where I tried to take a trade, the order got rejected, my account, in fact, was locked, which is ridiculous. We'll talk about it during the recap. So as a result, I completely missed out on what ended up being a 25% gain on the stock. The whole morning ended up being, I sort of fumbled. So I was green by about $1,300, and then I impulsively jumped into a stock that hit the high day momentum scanner, was squeezing up, biotech, recent reverse split, low priced, and thought maybe this was the one that was going to really make a big move. And I was wrong. I took too much risk on it, and that put me from green on the day to red on the day, below my max loss. At that point, it just said, that's it. Throwing in the towel. I'll be back at it tomorrow. So down just under $3,000 today. It's disappointing. It's a red day, but it's nothing that I can't bounce back from realistically in 1 or 2 days of good trading. So that's what's important, keeping those losses really small. I don't want to, pedal to the metal into a red streak. I want to lighten up, walk away early, and be really sensitive to that, especially after I got that really nice bailout last week on that $20,000 green day. So I want to try to keep as much of that in my pocket as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. As always, questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. What's up, everyone? All right, so we're going to do our midday market recap here for this morning. Red day recap. It's not the way you want to start the week, but following my rules and, cutting the losses where they are here down $2,945. I'm not going to push my luck. In fact, today was kind of rocky from the start. The stocks I was watching this morning were NNVC, which, well, you can see it right here. NNVC had a pre-market high of 1420 just before the bell rang. It squeezed up to 1420 here. The market opens and it dipped down for a moment. So let me pull up my recording so you can kind of take a look at this. Where is it? Here it is. All right, so this is right as we're coming into the open, and the 2 stocks I'm watching, NNBC on the left and CBLI on the right. So basically my thinking on NNBC was that it may rip right out of the gates. Now, a low risk, higher quality setup would be a red to green move, to wait for it to pull back and then to buy that dip for the surge up. But sometimes these ones don't do that. They just surge right out of the gates. And so what I decided to do was take a starter position basically as soon as the bell rang. I'm going to put this in here, I think, for 1,000 shares or 1,500. So I'm waiting for the bell to ring. Now, what's interesting is we kind of get this like false start open where my orders got rejected like right away. And I don't know what the deal was there. So then I was like, okay, that was weird. So then I hit an order for 1,000 shares. I had another 1,000. I moved my order up to 14. I'm not surprised if it dips, but mind you, I do have 2,000 shares. I'm now down more than $1,000, and I just got the warning that I can only close orders. That means that I'm already below my max loss in the first 2 minutes. Now, I sized with 2,000 shares to give myself room to add on a dip because I had a high level of conviction that this would work, but I wasn't super mindful in the moment that there's a good chance that I would go below my max loss. And then I was kind of like, you know what? This is a risky position. So when it came back up, I ended up getting out basically for a small profit, which is a bummer because it ended up moving up quite a lot. All right, so now we're back up into the 70s, and I can see right here, it's kind of struggling there. If it broke through 1406 by 1410, but now 1378 on the bid, right? So this is when I was like, you know what? Let's just unwind this position. I'm going to get out of it. So got out of it and locked up some profit. CBLI, boom. Watch this. I clicked the buy market button. I just clicked buy market on CBLI. It's at 378. Oh, sorry. I clicked it right there. 388. All right. I clicked buy market. And now I'm like, okay, why has my position not updated here? What's going on? So I end up switching over, you know, and kind of like looking around my order window and being like, you know, what's the deal here? And eventually what I realize is that my order did not execute, the order right here. And it said that my account has a trading restriction. Only liquidating trades are accepted. This is a surprise to me. It doesn't show anywhere, as far as I can tell, on my account here that it's restricted. It shows that I've got my buying power. And so I, of course, presumed that it did have I had buying power. I emailed into support and they said that they weren't able to verify my address. I verified my address with them over the phone and now the account's active again. It's ridiculous. This is tied to the same account that I've had for like, I don't know, many, many years. So I honestly don't know what the deal is, but extremely frustrating. So I didn't get filled, obviously. And today I sacrificed trading in my main account to take that trade on CBLI in my small account. Well, I ended up missing it completely in both accounts because of this stupid restriction that was added, and I have, you know, it's for no good reason. It breaks 360. As you can see, it rips here up to $4.90. Now, if I jumped in that with my big account, that would have been a nice winner. Missed it. With a small account, could have gotten at least $300, $400, $500 of profit. Missed it. Does a pullback, doesn't hold these levels. All right, whatever. So that's frustrating. NNBC, the last trade that I took on it was actually down. Where was it? It was right here. As this started to squeeze up, I got in at. I thought what we were doing here was an ABCD setup. So A, B, C, not lower than this point, and then my entry point is to anticipate the break of this level with a target of a move back up to the high. So I actually got in at about 1440 or something like that for the break over 1540 for the break of 1550. It breaks 1550, hits 1571. There's a big seller on the ask. It can't break, and now I'm realizing it's double topping. I hit the bid and sold. So made some money on that trade. And then, you know, meanwhile, we had seen obviously this big move on NNBC, this big move on CBLI, a couple of other stocks with the sympathy momentum catalyst of the this virus also squeezing up. And so when YTEN hits this high day momentum scanner, let's see, where was that? Right here. And I saw the float was 200,000 shares. And I pull it up, I see it's bioscience. I see it's got a recent reverse split with room up to 23 on the 200 moving average. I jumped in. I jumped in fast. I didn't wait. And that was a mistake. Didn't have a lot of volume. I jumped in anticipating the break over 750. Back of mind target was a rip up to 8, maybe 9. It hit a high of 746 and then flushed down to 708. I held and stopped out on this candle here. My worst fill was at 650. The low is 646. And it, you know, it ended up bouncing back up, and maybe I could have managed that exit a little bit better rather than just throwing in the towel and bailing out and losing as much as I did in slippage. I could have just slowly pieced out of the trade, but whatever. It is what it is. So unfortunately, that ruined my day. That one trade ruined my day. And I took 10,000 shares, so I took more size. I thought it had more potential than it did. And, you know, maybe I took a little bit of the frustration of CBLI and, you know, through it at this stock, and this is a good reminder that when you start having things in your trading day that get you frustrated, your ability to start making impulsive decisions without really thinking is just going to increase. And I kind of did that on this one. I jumped in quickly. I knew it didn't have news, but I also thought that was okay because it's a biotech, but that was in this case wrong. I did see another one with like volume VC NX that made a pretty big move initially on a red to green from 8 up to 12, but then back down here to 780. Of course, at the time that I was taking this trade on YTEN, it was, I think, still up in this area, but you know, it is what it is. Now, the good thing is that I have the $1,000 max loss on this account. So if I can't take any more trades, I could put in an order. I won't get filled on anything else. I can't take any more trades today. Now, NNVC, just after I hit my max loss, ripped back up to 16. And as I was looking at it, I was feeling frustration. I was like, dang it, this is what I thought it would do. And I was mentally, you know, hammering the buy button. Like first right here as it came up to 70 to break this triple top. Then it came all the way back down to 14.96. So a 70-cent pullback. And as it came back up again here, 15.70, as it tapped through 16. But that ended up being a dramatic false breakout. And I can almost guarantee you that if I had taken that trade, I would have been revenge trading, both from CBLI miss out, then from the YTEN loss, and I probably would have lost another. I would have had another loss, almost guaranteed. I mean, this hit 16 and then dropped to 15.25, and has really only pulled back since that time. So I have the line in the sand. It feels a little tight at only $1,000 based on the way I trade, but you know, I think today's a day where if I had said, well, I'll keep my max loss at $3,000 or at $5,000, I think I'd probably find myself down below that max loss. So this is a very, for me, small red day. It's an easy red day to bounce right out of. This is a bigger red trade for sure. I'm disappointed with that particular trade. I think that there's some lessons from that trade on, you know, slowing down a little bit more. But some of those trades are risky, and this one just went the wrong way. So I think it just happens that today was kind of a sloppy day. And, you know, of course, if I probably had that CBLI trade, I would have been up quite a bit more on the day before YTEN. I might have then taken smaller size on YTEN, and the loss wouldn't have been as big. You know, so these little things can really throw off your day. It can throw you off center. And when you're off center, that's when you can start making mistakes. So the second you start to feel that way, you really want to step back and, you know, shut it down. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm shutting it down. I can certainly afford to keep trading. Obviously, I had an amazing week last week with a $20,000 green day on Wednesday, or was it Thursday? Wednesday, I think. So, you know, I could certainly keep trading, but nope, I'm gonna throw in the towel here, live to trade another day, be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, that's it for me, you guys. I'll see you in the morning. Bye, everyone. Hey, did you know that I go live every single morning between 9 and 9:15 to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the bell for the alert, and you'll get the notification.